What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Driveway Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Johnny, and today we have a very, very special guest.
Two varies is worth it. Yes.
Two varies worth of a special guest. I've known this guy longer than I've known Johnny.
Wow.
Um, Probably one of my first friends. We met we like Corden, I think. Whatever. Well, everybody, welcome Aaron to the show.
Wow, thank you, thank you. What an intro. Happy to be here, man.
We're happy to have you,
Yeah,
man. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
I know. I'm
A lot of
excited. I'm excited. One
a
of your
lot.
OG listeners. I got to be like number one or two. I heard
I think
some
so.
some chatter about someone else that keeps bailing on you. Some guy lives in a big city, Mr. Big Shot,
Mr.
investment
Big
banker,
Shot,
A Bears fan, if you
unnamed,
Bears fan.
unnamed.
unnamed Bears fan. But no, Aaron, we're happy to have you. You're like the first person who's answered the call, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, not technically he's answered. He also lives here.
Yeah, he's been on location.
Yeah.
So
Are you
First
guys able to
one.
see your subscribers? You got to reach out to some of the folks in like India and
Actually,
across the
yeah,
world.
I didn't mention
Victoria.
we got
Panay is also our special or a not so special guest
yeah,
today.
no. We actually have three new places that listen
Wow.
to us. Do you want to guess?
Yeah. Aaron, does Aaron want to guess?
Aaron, do you want to guess?
Um, yeah, give me a hint.
Um, one of them does not like Israel.
You got no way. Anywhere in the Middle East. Name one.
Iran.
Okay.
Iran.
Okay.
And then we have two people who are in the middle of a war right now.
Mm, Ukraine, for
Ukraine is
sure.
one. And who are they facing off against?
Oh, that's a tough one. You got Russian listeners? That's crazy.
Sure
Oh,
do.
so we better keep it
Wow.
clean. We don't want to be assassinated by the
I think
KGC.
we should just do politic talk like all day
Yeah.
in spirit of
Inaugurated
the
today.
Yeah.
inauguration. Yeah.
Inauguration day, yeah.
There's
Which
been so many
apparently
crazy
it only
videos.
it happens every 20th of January, we found out. And because I don't know about you guys, but I was all confused. I was like, oh, does Martin Luther King Day and the inauguration, like, do they always line up? But they don't. This was the first time since Clinton was
Oh,
inaugurated
really?
that they've lined up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
So just fun fact for all the listeners out there.
So yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to go into today. I think what's on everybody's mind though, is what happened this past Saturday.
Yeah. We got
Um,
two big Lions fans in the chat and a semi-Lions fan in the chat.
Aaron, do you wanna walk us through your Lions Day experience? And then
Yeah.
I guess we'll go with you and then we'll just go from there.
Yeah, no, it was brutal. I was mentioning to Zach before the pod started, like I have a routine for my Lions games. Like it's always either watching it on my couch or like in bed. And like if something bad happens, I have to switch up. Like I'm just so superstitious.
Yeah.
Like last year, there was a time where like we were doing super well. We were hot. And then like I think I can't remember exactly what game it was, but for some reason, like I started in bed watching with just like only my underwear on. And like anytime the Lions would do bad, like we would have a bad drive or something, I just like rip the pants off and we'd like score a touchdown. It'd be like immediate like JMO 60-yard bomb. So like in the
Wow.
playoffs last year, I did the same thing. Like for the Lions Rams game, watched the whole thing, pants off. We won the game. Same with the Bucks. And then it's the NFC Championship. We're playing the 49ers. What do I decide to do? Oh, go to a bar where I can't do that. What do we know? Yeah. So
Damn, so it's
for
your
this,
fault, Aaron. You cost us the
I'm
chicken.
so superstitious, dude. And for this one too, like I went to a bar with some friends. We found like the shout out to Stingers in Pompano,
All right. Stingers
bunch of old
Pompano.
people. It was okay. It wasn't super fun, but like we went with like 7 or 8 people, like a lot of people that I kind of know down here. I've gotten them on the Lions bandwagon.
Good.
Awesome.
So yeah, I went with like a group of people to watch the most disappointing game in my life. Ran through like 3 buckets of Coors.
Oh my gosh.
Not not great.
Ah,
Not great.
Depressing. Connection, but did you guys know this? Okay, so sorry, news. Ben Johnson obviously goes to the Bears
Yes.
today. The last Lions coach to get hired as a head coach, like direct from the Lions staff, was Don Shula to the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that Campbell coaching tree.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
starting already. Well, anyways, I just thought that was an interesting connection between the Dolphins and
That's
Lions.
a
But
long time.
yeah, it was I think it was Kennedy was in office when that happened
Oh my
or
gosh.
something like that.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah. Where'd
no,
you
good.
guys watch the game?
We watched at our spot Rock on Third. Shout out Ned and Laney. They got us a table, El Table. And there's a handful of us there. It was a good time. It was
Was
Zach.
eight?
Yeah. So, and it was a good crowd. I mean, it was obviously a very pro Lions crowd. And everyone was like super amped up at the start of the game.
Yeah.
And then when the touchdown hit, everyone was super amped up. Um, but yeah, eventually it just got worse and worse.
The night got
Mhm.
quieter and quieter.
Yeah,
as,
quiet and quieter. People started filtering out.
yeah.
It was kind of sad. So, and then obviously people like I would say like midway through the third quarter, you could just see everyone was leaving the other bars because there was tons of people walking back and forth in front of the bar and
Hmm.
yeah, it was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of go off of what Aaron was saying, I also kind of have a tradition too. I like to watch it in my house, but my main tradition is during this is going to be really gross. I'm sorry for everyone who has to hear this. During the Lions season, I wear the same sweatshirt and the same jersey, and I don't wash them until the season's over.
Didn't know that.
Gosh. That's
It's
got to have some smells.
no, well,
if you
okay.
if you're an active podcast listener or just a person that knows Zach, you know that's got to have some stank on it.
Honestly,
Defense?
okay, it's not that bad. It's bad. Well, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I can go get it right now. Johnny can give a test.
Yeah,
live
live
on it.
face-offs?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Zach will be right back to prove.
Of what I know from Zach and the countless times we played basketball in the summer, like when you get 1v1 Zach after like at least 20 minutes of basketball, it's tough. It's tough to get up in there. So a jacket that he hasn't washed all year and has probably sweat in because we've had some tight games.
I've had some tight games. Run defense in the basketball. That's my strat. If you're stinky, nobody wants to guard you. Then you can
That's fair.
Yeah,
go to the rim.
no
I know no one
sleeves.
responded to my text, but that guy in Northwestern, never seen anyone shoot like Zach. He shoots exactly like Zach. He literally like,
Really?
and he like darts it at the net and it goes in every time. And it's like, what the hell is this? It's exactly how
Oh
Zach
my
shoots. I
gosh.
could not believe it.
Oh.
Anyways,
yeah.
sidebar.
So, okay, do you want to sniff the sweatshirt or the jersey first?
Jersey first, because
Okay.
that's the most outermost layer.
That is the outermost layer.
No, it definitely could be worse. You haven't watched it, Zach?
No, I haven't watched it since September.
Brian Branch, 32.
That's a pretty nice jersey. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no,
No.
not bad at all.
Not bad
I mean,
at all.
Not bad.
like there's obviously a little bit there, but I'd agree. I'd expect
Much worse?
I'd expect some sweat.
This one.
Oh, cool. Fry Cook Games. Shout out.
Got that on. It was like on the front of the sweatshirt. It's like SpongeBob and Patrick in that episode where like they face each other and Patrick's like, "My name's
Yeah.
not Rick."
Yeah,
Classic.
honestly it could be worse. I mean, it smells like it needs to be cleaned,
Yeah.
but it doesn't like I'm not like dying. It's not reeking. I'll give Zach that. You know what?
Hey,
Props to Zach. A
I'm
little
impressed. Yeah, that's awesome.
Old Spice, man.
Hey,
But yeah,
no free
so-
ads.
Yeah,
Need
no
some
free-
sponsorship.
That's getting cut.
Old Spice sponsor us. But yeah, so I typically am in the birdhouse when I'm watching the games. I've only been to a bar one time this year, but that was the Cowboys game, and I think it was at like halftime. We were already crushing them at halftime, so I wasn't
Weren't worried.
worried.
Yeah.
So, the place to the point is no bars for Aaron or I in the future.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
Yeah,
It's
for
naked
sure.
in bed.
Naked
Naked
in
in
bed,
bed. Not
lights
together.
off, not together. Oh,
I mean, unless he does. Anyway,
Yeah, but also I feel like going into that game, there was something weird in the air. Like it felt. I feel like a lot of people felt like from the outside, like not Detroit fans, were like, "Oh, it's a given,"
yeah.
and like it was kind of leaning like Lions fans towards the attitude of like, "All right, let's get in, let's get out. It's gonna be high scoring." Like before the game, this is kind of when I knew things might go sideways. My parents are coming down here to visit in like I guess the second week of February, and I never ever like thought about it. But then my dad texted in the family chat like when we were all saying "Go Lions," like, hey, just a heads up, we're going to be down there for the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even think about that. But why did you just say that? Like, why'd you put that
Yeah.
in my brain? Like, we got to win this game. And then from there, it's just
Oh,
downhill. Like,
yeah. Do you have any like thoughts on the game? I know right after the game you had sent a text. I don't know if your thoughts had changed at all about that. Uh,
I was so down bad after that game.
I
It's
was
just
too.
like I wasn't even mad because like I was upset that like Goff had some bad throws. Like I'm not giving up on him. We'll still be okay. But it felt like everything was right.
Hmm.
And in every game that I had seen them play this year, except for maybe the first half of the Texans game, we hadn't seen this Lions team. Like whenever we needed a turnover, even if the defense was playing horrible, they would get a turnover. Or like if we needed the offense to step up, they'd score a touchdown like when we needed. Like this entire game just felt like it was opposite. Like we need them to
Yeah.
get a stop, and instead of a stop, like Jaden Daniels runs or goes 92 yards down the field and gets a touchdown, or we had a chance like to go up 14 was 14-3 at the beginning, and
Yep.
Goff gets that like dumb fumble, and it's not his fault, but just nothing felt right the entire game. Like nothing was clicking. And also, I know that some of the plays worked with like the Ben Johnson, like double
Sure.
pitch to JMO to like run 60 yards down the field with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback.
Mhm.
Crazy. But also, there was so much like crap in there that, come on, like you can't pull, like, in no way should JMO be throwing the ball 30 yards down the field into double coverage. Like,
Yeah,
just,
that's
just take a sack or something, man. Just throw the
Yeah.
ball away. Like, they were getting too tricky. Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, that was a young player mistake for sure. I mean, I like JMO a lot. Like he's so electric. He's so much fun to watch. And he clearly like his character arc is going to be incredible. Because like what? He got suspended in his first year, right?
Well, he tore his ACL,
First
and
ACL.
then the next year
Next year got
he,
suspended.
yeah,
This year he had trouble with like guns in his car,
yeah,
right? Like got
uh-huh,
suspended, didn't play.
hmm,
I mean, he's kind of like always got this little diva. He seems a little diva like to me, almost in a way, like a little bit like
I,
diva wide
I'll be
receiver.
honest, I don't think he's a diva. I think he's with no, with all due respect,
Yeah,
not bright.
just not that smart.
Hey, he's
Yeah,
a little dumb. He's just a little dumb.
yeah,
He
he's
seems
just
really
a little
excited to
dumb.
be there and excited to hang out with his teammates, but
The one
No,
thing that I'm a little nervous with JMO is like I don't think he's had like too many crazy hits like from Alabama in high school. Like I haven't
yeah,
seen him like knocked out yet. And if he's already like a little bit crazy, like what's he gonna be when he takes like like a I don't
yeah,
know, a rough like head helmet to helmet shot? Like he's not even on the like the spectrum of Antonio Brown. Like if he takes a rough shot, like there's no wrangling him in. Like he's
yeah,
gone.
yeah. So right, exactly. He's got to stay healthy, and if he does, I think he's going to be here. I predict
yeah,
he's going to catch the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl.
really,
Character arc. Yeah, that's the type of character arc I'm envisioning for this guy. He's going to have some electric play, and it's going to be like,
that's big.
this is our guy.
I'm
And then he'd have to retire.
okay,
He'd have to
okay,
retire right after that, because then it would be a total scenario of like you either live. What is it? You either become the hero or live long enough to
yeah,
yourself become the villain, or
hmm,
die a hero. Die
yeah.
a hero. That's my prediction for him. So I hope it comes true.
I if we win the
But
Super Bowl because
he's
of
just such a
JMO,
character.
that'd be a-okay with me.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big JMO believer, but he's just he. I wish he would like think for 5 seconds about any decision he makes
Hmm.
before he does.
Well, that's what's so electric about him is he doesn't. Like he just like goes like straight on
Do
ahead as
anything.
fast as he can down the field. And he can get away with it. But like you said, like if you just thought for 2 seconds, like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't be throwing this into double coverage right now, then yeah, exactly, Aaron. Take the sack or throw it out of bounds.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, it's so much easier to couch potato quarterback
Right. Right.
to say that like
Hmm.
2 days after the event. I mean, I'm sure he was amped up and like thought like he probably thought he could make that play. He probably thought he was that guy that was gonna, thread it between two defenders, but he's just not. He's just too young. So
Right. And to counteract that, like Dave Montgomery threw a touchdown pass. Amon-Ra St. Brown threw a touchdown pass.
yeah,
Why are we
Yeah.
giving this game up?
Yeah, it's fair. Also, I'm on Ra. Like that touchdown pass was crazy. There's no way he should have thrown that either. He
yeah,
dropped it. Like that was a dime
Yeah,
right
that
into
was
Goff's hands.
pretty lucky. Um, So, yeah, I guess my question, the big question I wanted to ask you about the Lions game, Aaron, is what hurt you more, this game or the last year's game against the 49ers?
Oh, this one, like by
Really?
a lot. Because I mean, last year's not to say they overperformed, but there wasn't an expectation to get to the Super Bowl. There wasn't even an expectation to get to the NFC Championship. Like
Right.
honestly, winning the Rams game for me was like that was it. Like that was the it felt like the culmination of the past like
Yeah.
4 years with the trade, and it was all leading up to that point of like us versus the Rams, Stafford coming back. Like that game was such a high. I kind of thought we were going to beat the Bucks, so I'm glad that we did, and we went to the NFC Championship. Um, and it was brutal. Like obviously taking 17 points into half and losing it, and that
Mhm.
sucked. But I mean, this year it felt like everything was just building up and building up. Like, 15-2 is crazy. That's so hard to do. And then we get the 1 seed. We beat the Vikings on the last game. We go in as the 1 seed. We needed to get healthy. So we finally have the bye. We get our players healthy. We get like the matchup. Like, if you were to pick any of those teams, you would say the Commanders like 10 out of 10 times. Like, I don't want to play the Rams. I'd probably
Yeah.
probably be happy with the Vikings, to be honest. They're frauds, but um,
Uh,
I'd be happier with the Commanders too. We get the Commanders, and then out of nowhere we like shit the bed. Like
Yeah.
that was just so depressing. Like this one was way, way worse for me.
mhm.
Is it the same for you, or you thought the
No,
49ers was
I
worse?
think, well, the issue for me is last year, like we were talking about this in the last podcast, but there was something in the air last year. Like
Hmm.
everybody was Lions, 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 Lions. I think because were, like you said, maybe overperforming, it made it like that more exciting. Like, oh my gosh, is this the year we do it? Because if, like Johnny said this last week, when you think of the Lions going to the Super Bowl, you never think of them being 15-2, getting the number one seed, driving all the way to the Super Bowl. You think like they get in as a 7 seed, they get lucky, and then they just beat the teams down and then make it Super Bowl. And I agree with that a lot. I think that's just the way the Lions are. I'm not saying the Lions can't go 15-2 again
Right.
next year, and like get the 1 seed and then make the Super Bowl like
Yeah.
that way. But I always envisioned the Lions doing it the hard way.
Yeah.
And again, like with all the excitement of last year again facing the Rams in the playoffs and then beating the Bucks and like the with the interception,
Yeah.
it really felt like we're winning these games in such a momentous fashion. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the word I'm using right, but it felt like it was there.
Yeah.
And so again, with all like we had like 18 people on IR this year, something crazy like that, 30 or 30 injuries or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember the exact number, but I was always worried during this year, like when is the ball going to drop?
Yeah.
When is something bad going to happen?
Oh no.
I thought it was
Gonna
going to
happen at the worst
I thought it was
time.
going to be against the Vikings game.
Uh-huh. Would you have taken that
Yeah.
now,
Hmm.
in hindsight?
Well, no, because getting the number one seed is
But it would
a
have been
great
nice to have that
accomplishment.
monkey off their back a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but we still won the division. Like
mhm.
this is kind of loser talk, but it counts for something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we won something.
That's true.
So the season, I'm seeing a lot of panic online saying like, oh, well, there goes our window. Window's over. Like we
Oh.
can't
No,
do it,
no.
which
I,
is ridiculous. I think
I think
we're
it's just starting. Like
yeah.
yeah. I agree. I mean, I've been saying this. It's easy to say it, and Aaron, you won't like it, but it's like the same thing for Michigan football, right? Like 2021, we have no expectations. Michigan goes out, wins the Big Ten. 2022, it's like, okay, this is the year to prove that last year wasn't fraudulent. They do it, but then they get fucking hammered by a TCU, and you're like, wow, hopefully that wasn't it. And then they do it one more year and they make it work. So I think it's just like next year is going to be like Aiden Hutchinson revenge tour. Dan Campbell gets to prove like him and Brad Holmes, they get to prove like we can manage a team. Watch this shit. Like who gives a shit that we just lost Ben Johnson? We're going to go out, we're going to make a hire and he's going to be a guy and we're going to still lead this team to new levels. Like
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's still wide open. And Zach and I were talking. And there's still 2 more years that a lot of these really talented kids
Yeah.
have on their contracts. So I completely agree, Aaron. I think it's just starting. Like the era of greatness is just coming to
Mhm.
fruition now.
yeah, I think we have like what, 40 something million in cap space, like 50
Yeah.
something million more. Like we can go out and sign a couple people. I got a question for you though, because I was thinking about this the other day. You know, from the Dan Campbell era, it all started with the Stafford trade.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you look back at it now, like I would have said if we had made the Super Bowl, we 100% win the trade. I mean, just reading off who we got, like Goff, Gibbs, Laporta, Jameson, Josh Pascal, Iffy, Broderick Martin, but whatever.
Yeah.
All the big names. You know, we get all of that, but Stafford still won a Super Bowl. I honestly can't say we won the trade. Like after this loss, like I think if
Yeah.
we had made the Super Bowl, like we win the trade. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know your thoughts.
I mean, the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't think we. Okay, if we go to a Super Bowl, I would say we win, regardless. If obviously, I would love for us to win. Um, because I've never seen anything close to a Lions Super Bowl in the past like 10 years of watching them.
Hmm.
Last year was the closest I've ever felt.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can say we've won until we've seen the promised land. Not necessarily like win it. I'd love to win it, but I don't think it's over until we see it.
So then I guess I feel like the next big question is Goff the guy? Is he going to be the one to do it?
Aaron, do you want
I
to take
think
this one?
so. What was that?
I was asking if you want to take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you my take on it. And I mean, I think he's the guy. I just think like every now and then he has one of these games where he
Yeah.
just kind of and he doesn't even like it's not a mental thing for him. Like I feel like, you know, he got right back out there and we were moving the ball. Like we were moving the ball really well. And if we had our defense, you know, come up with a pick or maybe even just like a turnover of any kind, even if we had like a big special teams play, like we very easily could have and probably should have won that game. It was just the culmination of nothing really flowing.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many players have even made the Super Bowl? And Goff's only what, like 28? Like
Yeah.
he's got a lot of good years left on him, like in him. And I, I don't know, like he was playing at an MVP level, can't like caliber all year, except for maybe a game or two, and obviously this game. But it's also not like a big game thing because he's won plenty of big games in the past.
Mhm.
So I think it sucks. I think a lot of this game does fall on him, but I've seen so much stuff on like Lions Twitter where people are like giving up. That's ridiculous to me. Like he's still the guy. Like I'm gonna continue chanting his name. Like it's awesome. Like everything that he's done for this city. Like I'm not off the golf train. Like he's still the guy.
I agree with you 100%. I have no notes, nothing I want to add. That is exactly how I feel.
Yeah, I think it's tough scoring 31 points in a divisional round and not winning. Like
Yeah.
even the Bills didn't do that. Like they couldn't even th put up 31. And no one did. I don't like that. Those were the two highest
That's
scores in the divisional round.
that's what everyone was saying.
So it's like
31
it
with
was,
five turnovers,
Yeah.
yeah.
five wasted opportunities, and we still put up 31.
Yeah. And so, but I will say, like, after watching the Josh Allen versus Lamar like showdown last night,
Hmm.
even Jalen Hurts, kind of what he did for the Eagles, I feel like you look at those guys and you're like, they look like Super Bowl winners. I don't know if Goff exactly looks like a Super Bowl winner. Like he's obviously a great quarterback, but they can do some things obviously that Goff can't. And I just feel like in the 2025 NFL picture, you need that. You can't you like Tom Brady maybe wouldn't be able to do it, you know.
But Tom
Rewind the
Brady had
clock five
so
years on Tom
many.
Brady, give him like 34 years old, put him on the Lions this year. Do you think he's going to win the Super Bowl? I feel like you need to be a little like extra special.
So you're asking if can Tom Brady win on the Lions?
Yeah.
Ye
With this Lions team.
yes,
You think
I
so?
think so.
Really? I
I,
don't. I don't know. I think with this healthy team, maybe. And not to say like injuries are one of the reasons why they lost. They're definitely one of the reasons, not the main
yeah.
reason. But I, I don't know. I feel like Josh Allen and Lamar are always going to be one of those like top three guys. And I don't think Goff will ever be that.
Right.
But I mean, if Brock Purdy's ass can make a Super Bowl
Yeah.
last year, like you don't need a top three guy. You need a really good team and probably a top 10 guy. And I feel
Yeah.
like Goff's like 6. He's like,
I
6
was
or
gonna say he's
7.
like right on the bubble of 5.
Yeah, he's like right around 5, and like I'm a-okay with that. Like he's never gonna be Mahomes or Allen or any of those guys, but whatever. I think we have a better roster than the Bills offense. Who do they have besides James Cook and Dalton Kincaid? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'd take our offense all day, and Goff's
100%.
good enough. So
Um, I have a question, kind of with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So the quarterbacks left in the playoffs are Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Historically, rushing quarterbacks, people who can get out of the pocket and make moves. Do you think
Mhm.
the NFL is changing to where it doesn't have to be like a game manager or like the guy who just stays in the pocket, like a Tom Brady, a Jared Goff? Do you think our rushing quarterback is what it takes to win Super Bowls now?
I guess that's what I would say. Yes, that was kind of the point that I was making.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I
Okay.
mean, Jalen Hurts' 44-yard rush to start that game to open
Mm-hmm.
the scoring. Goff would never be able to do
I've seen Goff get a
I don't
first
know.
down.
It's mobile Goff season. He's been cooking.
that.
Also, like I've bet the Goff over half yard in almost like every game this year, and it's hit in
Really?
most of them. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's mobile golf season.
Oh, Aaron, I still think about that one text. You're like, I was down so much money in the hole, I was giving up, and then you had one that hit.
Oh yeah, that was over Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, what
Because
was that
like
on?
in Florida, only Hard Rock is legal because like Native American land or whatever. Like that's the only
Oh,
one that you
okay.
can bet in online. So when I came back to Michigan, I was like trying to take advantage of all these new sports books that have these great like opening deals or whatever. So I downloaded Fanatics, which is like, why do they have a sports book?
Yeah.
They're like a NFL jersey website, but whatever. They had a deal where it was like every day for 10 days you get a risk-free bet up to $100. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, shit, I'll put $100 every day. And like, if I don't get it, I'll get the money back and try again. And I did that. And I think I went like maybe one for like 8 or like one for like something horrible. And I was down about like $350. And I was like, I don't bet much. When I bet, I'll put like 5 on a parlay or like
Yeah.
maybe 10 on a single bet, like at most. So like being down $350 is like insane to me. So I like in the last day, I put, I think it was actually only like 25 or like 45 or something on Josh Allen to score two touchdowns, like rushing touchdowns. And then it hit and I like went up to like, I don't know, like 400 up. So I
Oh,
was like I was net like um $60 positive or something like that.
nice.
But like to hit I think it was like a plus 600 on like a $50 bet was crazy.
Yeah, that's sick.
I was so down bad, but yeah, thank God that that one hit.
All it takes is one. That's what
Yeah,
all it takes is one. Aaron,
not doing that again.
were you here when Connor and Luke were live betting in the basement?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were
Okay,
doing poker though, or
blackjack.
yeah, blackjack.
Were you here for that?
No, no.
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny, that was electric. It was so
It
fun. Luke
was.
was like going off. He was like not missing. He had
Yeah.
like 8 in a row of like making it.
Sure.
And then Connor's like, all right, I'm going. And then also $100 like in 2 turns.
Yeah, that was crazy. Luke made like $200 in probably less than 5 minutes just
Yeah.
playing
Wow.
blackjack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, crazy. I'd
That's-
I'd I'd never want to get to that level though. Like if
No.
I ever start playing online blackjack, like take my phone away from me. Ban everything. I'm going back to like a dragonfly where I can only call like 4 people. And that's it.
Do you guys ever have a Dragonfly?
No, I'm
No, I just saw the
like a
commercials.
Samsung flip phone or something like that.
Do you have like the one that like slid or they like
Yeah,
the
slide
full-
phone, slide phone.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, first phones, I missed that. Like I had the sideways slide one where it had the sideways keyboard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
me too.
That was the best.
dude, I was so jealous of people who had like the one you could like flick a little, like you know what I mean?
And like it had
Oh,
sideways
it had the
keyboard,
sideways
or
keyboard.
it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
flipped up.
I had the one where you flip it up and had the sideways
Oh, so you
keyboard.
wanted the slide.
I
You
wanted
wanted what Aaron and I
I
had.
wanted what you two
Ah.
had.
yeah.
I was so jealous of people who had that.
Oh, really?
Oh
That
my-
first was
man.
crazy because I had the slide, but I also had like a touchscreen, and it was like the
Whoa!
really, really crappy touchscreen where like you have to like push hard to like click the buttons. Like before they invented these like nice touchscreens where you just kind of
Right.
touch it with your finger. yeah, that phone was pretty cool.
Wow. Oh man.
Yeah, the good old days. Those
Covington
are
must
some
be
fun phones.
Covington must have gone crazy seeing that phone.
Yeah, I don't think I got it until like seventh grade or something. I got phone late. Like I don't
Yeah,
remember when
same.
I got it, but
Yeah, I had a like an iPod 4. iPod Touch
touch.
4
Okay.
hmm
for a little bit before getting a phone. That was
yeah.
fun. iPod Touches were fun. I sold it
hmm
though. I sold it on eBay. I always kind of regret that.
Ah.
Like Zach helped me out a lot because I sold my PlayStation 2 to him, and then he just sold it right back to me when I was like, I'm just selling my PlayStation 2. And he's like, well, you can have it back. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think I had one of the original like it was the iPod movie that still had the circle spinny, but it was
Whoa.
like a
Nice.
brick.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember it was like 90% like Eminem, Kelly Clarkson, and like a couple random movies. Like I think I had Blades of Glory on there,
Nice.
and you're like watching it on. It might have been before that. I don't even remember, but it had like a little tiny like yay bit, like less than 2 inches square. You're just watching this little tiny little
Wow.
screen. It was so fun.
Oh.
That's
Brick
great.
Breaker, yeah, classic.
Marky was the first person in the family to get like an iPod Touch,
Yeah.
and so we all wanted to like get iTunes and download music on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And we were all we've heard Eminem for the first time. We're like, Mom, Dad, you gotta listen to this guy rap. It's so good. And then they took our phone. They took the iPod Touch away for like 2 weeks
Because of the
because of the
swearing.
swearing. Yeah, dude, we went to Costco one time. Not to
Yeah.
go off on this tangent, but and we bought the Simpsons movie,
Yeah.
and Jake and I were probably 8 or 9,
Yeah.
and we were like, this is the funniest movie we've ever seen. We have to show Mom and Dad this movie. And so we show Mom and Dad the movie, and then we never saw the movie again. They took it from us.
They took it away.
Yeah.
Really?
Classic takeaway story too. I think Aaron, you might know this one, but I was playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Assassin's Creed 3, the American Revolution one, and like I was playing it for like the day after Christmas, and my dad came down. He's like, "What are you playing?" I was like, "Oh, like Assassin's Creed," and it goes to like this cutscene, and the guy's like, "How about I take your cock, cut it off, and shove it up your fucking ass?" And my dad's like, "Why don't you pop that out of the PlayStation 2?" So I like took it out. It's like, let me see that. He took it, and I never saw it again.
Oh,
It's so funny.
But a year later, Black Flag comes out, and I pull some devious stuff. Like I knew my dad's password to his phone, right? I bought I bought Black Flag on PlayStation Network. PlayStation Network was still connected to his email. So
mm.
he got the notification in his email that I bought Black Flag. I went into his phone, deleted the email so that he wouldn't see it, so that
Wow.
I could play Black Flag like by myself without them knowing.
That's
Johnny.
crazy. That's real smart. Did you ever
Yeah,
find out?
it was pretty devious. I don't even know if they know. Maybe they do, but
Do you think they'd be mad at you?
not at this
Not at
point.
this point?
It's too
Okay.
much time has passed, I think. How about-
Go to your room.
Yeah, right. They
Yeah,
could send me to my room right now.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, the saying the Simpsons movie brings back so many memories. Like I remember, I can't remember what birthday it was. It was probably around like seventh grade or something, because it was when I was still in Covington, but like like maybe a couple years before that actually, but it was before I went to see home. I remember it was the first like birthday party where I had like my Covington friends and then my like Horton's friends.
Yeah.
Like I had half Covington and then also like Matthew, Matt Roskowitz, John Lootman, and we watched like the Simpsons movie like together. It was I don't know, it was a fun birthday party, but it was like the first like merging of Covington and Horton. Like,
I love it. It's like we now
yeah,
have Junior and Track Squad getting together
Oh, that looks
for
so
the first time.
fun.
dude, legendary.
Oh. Well, John, you got anything for Aaron? I got a couple questions if you
No, yes,
don't have
you
something.
take it away.
So, not to dox Aaron, but Aaron also has a girlfriend who is also Jewish. Aaron and I are both Jewish men, in case you don't know,
Jewish women
and
with Jewish girlfriends?
dating Jewish girlfriends.
Chaim.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Cheers, brother. Um, so I had a question for you. Have you met your girlfriend? How long have you been dating again? It's been like,
2 years since, what is it, September 28th?
mhm.
So more than two
Wow.
years.
Wow. Congrats. First of all, congrats. So my question is, I'm assuming you've met her parents before?
Yeah, I've met him a bunch of times. Actually, I was saying earlier that my parents are coming down here second week of February.
Mhm.
Actually, the second time, but they're like our parents and their parents came down here last year in February,
Whoa.
met each other, and now they wanted to sync up the times that they're coming back. So like,
All
No
right.
way.
yeah, like they
That's
like each
great.
other. They're all friends. They all
Oh, that's
vibe.
great.
So
Okay, cool. So okay, I want to hear about that too, but also, so the first time you met your girlfriend's parents, how early into the relationship was it, I guess, and how did it go?
um, hmm, I'm trying to remember the first. So the actual first time I met them in person was when they came down here just to visit Rebecca, and we just went out to dinner. I can't remember. We might have had a date. There's a really cool it's called Yellow Green Market. It's like 15 minutes south of me, but it's like a giant farmers market with like over 600 stands. And it's just
Oh
like
wow.
always there. So it's super cool. I think I might have gone to that with them, but it was really just dinner because we hadn't been dating for like too long.
Mhm.
Um, but for my birthday last year, we went out to San Diego, where she's from, and like stayed there at their house, like um, went out to dinner, did all this fun stuff. So that was
Cool.
really like when I felt like I got to know them, and I feel like that was oh, probably a year, a little less. But I feel it was pretty quick, like fun tangent story. It's not for me, but for my girlfriend. But the 2 days before I like made it official was the day that my parents were coming to town because they really wanted to meet her. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
well, I can't, like, I'm not gonna have you meet them and it's not official. So like, I gotta get to work. Like, so like 2 days before they came to town, I like made it official and then we all went out to dinner. So
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
great.
great,
I love
great.
that.
things,
That's so
things went quick on her end, but
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, the reason I ask is because I recently met my girlfriend's parents for the first time. The reason I want to bring it up is because the dad followed me on Instagram like during the podcast. So
Just
oh, like a second ago?
20 minutes ago.
okay. Yeah. Of
So I was like, oh, I must have done a good job. But the first time I met
course you did.
Allie's parents are great. Um, the first time I met them though, we were at a bar crawl and her dad was like, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" And I didn't want to be too overzealous, so I was just like, "Oh, I'll just take a Coors Light."
Sure.
And the dad is
Fair.
like, "A Coors Light? What's wrong with you?"
Whoa, that's
And
a
I was
red
like,
flag.
"Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, wait." Well, I was like, "What are you drinking?" And he's like, "I'm drinking a Guinness." I was like, "All right, sign me up for a
Oh.
Guinness then." No, it was all like joking joke.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I guess have you drank in front of your girlfriend's parents? Did you order a Coors Light?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't think I ordered Coors Light.
Oh,
I didn't
I
order
messed up
that
then.
pussy shit.
Well, no, no. Hey, I'm never gonna talk smack about Coors Light. I love me. Mountains are blue. I love Coors Light. I don't
No,
know
no free
if
ads, but
Free
yes.
ads.
if I'm yeah, fair enough. If I'm trying to impress my significant other's parents,
Mhm.
Coors Light is not a Coors Light is not a beer that's gonna do that. Like,
So I definitely messed up then, is what I'm hearing.
Look,
I should have
I
I
guess
should
so.
have I
I
should have
mean,
done a
that's
more
true. Like,
professional
yeah,
joke.
that's right. If you're trying to impress,
Hmm.
then I
Well,
mean, do
what?
you get a beer or do you get a cocktail then if you're trying to impress? Get
you
like a
get a
Manhattan or
whiskey
something like that.
neat.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
Or
Yeah.
you get like maybe like ice in it, and then you say like none of that flowery shit. Just give me straight from the
Straight
bottle.
Jack.
That's it. Like I don't want
Straight Jack.
any,
Johnny Walker Blue Label.
yeah, don't give me any orange peels. Don't give me any flowers. Just give me straight whiskey or bourbon with an ice cube, and that's it.
I
Okay,
like that.
okay. Because I
I
was
like
trying to
that
be
order.
like like the economically friendly,
Yeah,
like
something cheap.
something cheap, but
Hmm.
also like I think would be acceptable. But it was no, I'm not saying it. I'm not again. It was all good and fun. We laughed about it later,
Sure.
but um, at the time I was like, was I thought Coors Light was a very good drink to pick,
Yeah.
but it's sounding like I should have just gone with a cocktail.
Well, also, I would never do that. Like, I would never order whiskey. I'm just saying, like, I feel like that would impress me, but like, I would not have the balls to order like a whiskey with just ice
Yeah.
after meet like from like my girlfriend's dad meeting them for
Yeah.
the first time.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So,
a powerful order, but I agree.
mhm.
I would not do it either. I'm not that
um,
that into it.
Johnny, not to rehash this, but
Yeah.
during your when you dated your girlfriend in college, did you ever meet her parents?
Oh wow, we're gonna go back that far. I did. I went
You
over to
did.
their
Oh,
house. That would have been like, I don't know, 4 months in probably.
okay.
Like Christmas break. And it was very simple. I mean, it was just a real quick house visit, and mom made some cookies. So it was a softball. Mom makes cookies. All you got to do is,
Damn.
wow, Mrs. Blank, these are fantastic, and then you're in. So like,
Oh
it was
yeah.
super easy for
Eat a
me.
whole lot.
Yeah, you just got, yeah, exactly. Shove them down your throat,
Oh, my
and
wallet. Thank you so much, Panay. Thank
Panay's
you.
bringing us presents.
She brought my
Um,
wallet. She brought a gift for Allie. She brought a whole bunch of stuff
oh,
down
now
for
a
us.
kiss is for me. Oh, punches actually.
No,
Yeah.
she's
I got a
all right.
question for you, Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
How's it
Ooh.
like being in like a long term-ish like serious relationship? Like this is your first one, right?
Since freshman year of college, yeah. Oh, sorry, she's
I
biting
feel
my.
like college relationships are different unless
Yeah,
like
and
you
she lives in
actually think
Ohio,
it's
so
gonna
I didn't
last.
see her
So
for like 4 months.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, please, no, I mean, as all of us, I'm like, I'm sure the podcast knows. I've been wanting a girlfriend for literally since like 2019. So it's been a long time, and I couldn't be happier. Actually, it was a funny story. Our three
I knew
month
that. Let's go.
our 3 month anniversary was yesterday, and
Yeah.
we both forgot about it.
Aw.
And at like 12:50, I was like, what day is it? And she's like, it's 1:20. And I was like, oh, we missed it. Because it was on the 19th and it was past
So
midnight, so we already missed it.
what makes it three? October 20th?
October 19th.
Oh, October 19th. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Uh,
that's understandable. You were all mad about the Lions game.
well, I should have remembered, but she also forgot, so it's kind of like I'm
Three
not
months
not in
is what you
trouble.
said?
Yeah,
I don't think you
Yeah.
can get that in trouble for 3 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's it's not really like a huge milestone. I mean, like it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I
I
don't know.
feel
3 months is like do you celebrate 4 months too, or do you just wait
no,
till
no, no,
six?
no.
Like
I think it goes 1, 3, 6 a year, and then after that, it's every year.
that's fair. Yeah.
That's what I think. What do you think? So you don't think 3 months counts as like a big milestone? Stop it.
That made me jump.
Yeah, I saw you guys both flinched on that part.
You get scared a little, Panay?
No, I'm not scared of Panay.
So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think 3 months was worthy enough to throw in the 1 month, the 6 month, the year category?
Yeah, no, I guess in my limited repertoire, I would say 1 month, 6 months, 1 year sounds good. I wouldn't
Okay.
need to throw in three.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's
Actually,
fair.
I mean, that's one financial quarter, I guess, right? So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Q1. Very well.
yeah.
I have some we know like a couple down here that like well they recently just got married, but
Oh,
they
wow.
celebrate every Thursday because I think they one of them like asked the other one out on a Thursday. So every Thursday is their Thursday anniversary. And it's like
Aw.
That's
that's a
crazy.
bit much there. But
There's so many Thursdays.
There are 52 Thursdays in the year. Kind of crazy.
But no.
Zach's gonna kill Panay. Headlock.
I pretended to like I didn't actually sniff for a minute, but I like pretended I was like actually like fell down. I was like, did I just do that?
That was
No, I have nothing but positive to say. Johnny, we're gonna get you a girlfriend and it'll be great.
yeah, something maybe in the future. And look, if it doesn't ever work out, maybe I'll become like a deacon in the Catholic Church or something like
let's not go down that road, buddy. It'll work out. It'll work out.
It'll work
How's
out.
everything going in the master's program, dude? I
It's
haven't heard
good.
anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's right now it's not too big of a deal. I mean, it was kind of like unfortunately it was kind of like senior year 2.0. So it was a lot of like mixed undergrad grad courses. So they weren't crazy or anything like that. Made it through the first semester, no big deal. Second one's obviously starting up next week. Um, about the same class load, so three courses. up to like 10 credits, I think. And I think the summer will be really fun because the summer is when I'm gonna do, or when they sign us up for a bunch of classes with their PA program. So they've got a PA program at Miami, and we're gonna do some of their classes. And I think that'll be fun because that'll be almost like studying medicine a little bit, I think. And so I think it'll be interesting. And so then it's just a year, and it'll be done in August, and I'll be on my way.
Yeah,
But no,
it's
there's been
quick.
some good stuff. Like I shadowed this internal medicine doctor last week or the week before, and wow, that was fantastic. That was really cool. I went in a few days, and um, it was really, really special, and definitely made me want to do it. I also shadowed one of our friends, Amanda, who's a pharmacist. Shout out Amanda,
Shout out
and that
Amanda.
was a pretty cool job too. So I was really impressed. I thought that was a cool job. So I think a lot of good's coming out of it for me, like my personal development. Obviously, I'm like taking a step back because I'm not like working professionally. So professional development's maybe on the fritz, but I'm doing it for old J Dog here,
Doing it for
Johnny
Jada.
Yeah,
Johnny Westside.
Johnny Westside. You got one life. You might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. As long as you're learning, man, that's the big thing. Like,
Yep.
try something new. Like, I'm excited to start my
Yeah.
MBA program.
The
So,
MBA program. When's that coming up?
I have the interview on Wednesday, and then hopefully I'll get in, and then should start July.
All right.
Wait, what?
That'd be
Where?
sick. UF?
UF
Oh, really?
Gators.
Oh,
All
whoa.
right.
Got to ride.
That'd be cool. Getting an MBA from UF. Man, that's
Is it
awesome.
is it online?
No, it's in person. It's every third weekend. There's like a remote course that's like 20-minute drive from me. So
Okay,
there's
nice.
like actual courses, yeah.
That's awesome.
And
Well,
you'll still be going at Striker.
Yeah. Still working. So it's like a part-time thing. So
Sweet.
nothing changes with work.
Good. How's the neighborhood?
Like down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I'm like right downtown. Like it's super foggy out, but I'd love to show you like I mean you guys gotta come down, man. It's awesome. I'm right downtown. Nice space.
Hmm.
Go to the beach every weekend. Like it's nice. There's always stuff to do down here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come down for like classic spring break. I mean, I'm gonna visit my parents, right? Because we're doing our traditional like Florida trip. But this year, I think I'll have more than just 3 days to make the drive across the state. So I'll
Where do you guys go?
hopefully
Like
make it
Naples
happen.
or
Longboat Keys, so Sarasota.
okay.
So
Yeah.
it's kind
No,
of
I
like
mean
a drive. It's
that's
like 3 hours, 3.5 or something like that. I think we were looking at last year.
yeah. It's it feels pretty long. Like you drive through swamps and nothing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully we make that happen, and if not then yeah, maybe in the fall or something like that. For me, I don't know, Zach. Put Zach in the hot seat right now. Maybe Zach can come down like next weekend.
I think
Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
I'm a lot closer to convincing Connor. I know Connor wants to come
Yeah.
down,
Oh,
Yeah.
but try and get some of those Chicago guys.
Hmm.
Still
Yeah.
good. It's good to see everyone. Hopefully we got to work on our next trip. What do you guys
yeah.
think our next trip's gonna be?
Well, somebody had the idea of like every year we do a. Well, so for people who don't know, we go on a boys trip every year. People were saying like this, like one year we go in the United States, the next year we go out of the United States, and then kind of
Hmm.
flip flop back and forth.
That's a cool
I think
idea.
that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So next year we could do maybe an out of the country
But
extravaganza.
it would be this year, right?
Or
Like
this
the
year,
2025
2025. Yeah.
trip would be
Yes.
out of country,
Hmm.
like Canada or something like that.
Well, I was thinking more a little further of
Yeah.
maybe a flight.
I feel like Luke and Matthew are always big talk on going to like Japan. Like they really want to do that at one point.
Oh,
Um,
we're 100% doing a Japan trip. I just
yeah.
don't think I can do it this year. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna have to. I'm like saving Japan for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Well, Aaron, you
Yeah.
got a good one coming up. You're going to the Himalayas, right?
Yeah. We're hiking to Everest Base Camp and going to Dubai for like 2 days.
That's gonna be sick. How long is that trip?
Um, so in total, I think it's about 13 days, maybe a
Wow.
little more.
That's
But
a
um, yeah, it's pretty much 10 full days of PTO and then Friday to Sunday. So
sweet.
we do about, I mean, it's a long flight. It's pretty much a full day of flying just to get there. And then we're flying
Mhm.
in and out of Dubai, and then we have like little flights from Dubai to Kathmandu.
Okay.
And then we do about 7 days hiking up to Everest Base Camp, where you're
Whoa.
kind of like going through these little like towns that get smaller and smaller as you get higher and higher. Um, Luckily, it's not like camping or anything. Like there's pretty much hotels that you stay in with like two twin beds on each side, so you're sleeping in
Oh, okay.
beds and sleeping bags the whole time. But yeah, it sounds super. I'm super pumped. It's gonna be like crazy views, good food,
Yeah.
um, super like spiritual. And then
Yeah.
what I'm really excited to do is, true listeners of the pod and people that know me know that I'm like very colorblind. So I'm gonna buy those colorblind glasses, the ones that are
Oh,
like
no
correcting
way.
on Amazon, and I'm only gonna put it on like I think day 9. So once you get to Everest Base Camp, you hike back down a little bit, and then the next day you wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning, and you hike up to it's called Kalapatar. It's like slightly higher than Everest Base Camp, but you get a really nice view of Everest.
Mm.
So then you're there at like 5 a.m. and you watch the sunset or the
Oh,
sunrise on Mount Everest, and that's where I'm gonna put the glasses on for the first time,
wow.
and then take them off and return them when I get home and never wear them again.
Why?
Because I don't want to know what it's like to see colors like that.
Why?
Imagine imagine you can't see colors, and then you can see colors, but only if you wear sunglasses. Only if you wear a specific type of sunglasses, and every other time you're not wearing sunglasses, you can't see colors. Isn't that kind of
You're
sad?
gonna paint on the trip? Speaking of podcast listeners, are you gonna bring any
No,
palettes and
no, I don't think
canvas?
so.
Well, maybe
I
you can use the moment of color clarity to like inspire future.
I mean we'll be taking pictures for sure. So maybe
Have
when
you
I come
ever
back.
seen? I'm sorry if this is ignorant. Have you ever used the color glasses before?
No,
What?
never have, never will. I've had
Aaron,
opportunities to.
I want to go just to see that.
Just see his
See
reaction.
my friend see colors for the first time. How poetic is that?
Do you think he'll cry?
I don't know, man. I've seen some of those videos from YouTube, but I feel like they're kind of fake.
Yeah.
Like people
Didn't Logan,
crying.
Logan Paul?
or Jake Paul didn't someone?
Yeah, Logan Paul is colorblind. I saw that one.
Oh.
He cried, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he had to cry. He
Yeah,
had
that
to
Yeah,
was.
make
yeah, yeah, he's a little bitch. Like I'm not gonna cry.
it. Aaron's hard.
I don't know. We'll see. I might
Awesome.
cry.
Dude, that's awesome. Oh, I'm more excited for you to put the colorblind glasses on than going to Mount Everest.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be crazy. I'm interested to see what happens, but
So we'll have to have you
no, it'll be
back on the
cool.
Yeah,
show for
we'll
a
have to
Mount
hear.
Everest trip review.
Hmm.
When you go
Yeah,
again?
recurring guest. What was that?
When do you go to Mount Everest again? What month?
April.
April. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we need like yeah, go
No, I was gonna say that was the other thing I want to talk to Aaron about on the pod. So I'm glad we got that. But anything for you, John? Before we start
Um
heading down?
um we already kind of did a little life advice, but I don't we need like some listeners submit a life advice for next time Aaron comes on because like you said he's gonna be our Rosillo guest. So
Yeah, I
next
feel like we got to
Aaron,
rope in a fourth for life advice. Like
yeah,
Luke would give some good life advice.
we could have some
Should
good
we
ones for
should
sure.
we have this like a recurring theme every time we have a guest on the pod? At the end of it, they have to give us some life advice.
Yeah, sure. But we need like a question, I think.
Okay.
We
You
can think about it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
We don't
okay?
have to do it today. Plus, it'd be kind of nice if we did like a all in person life advice one where we're just kind of sitting down like on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, passing around a mic.
Yeah.
Oh, a Thanksgiving pod with all the boys. That would be. We have to cut some stuff
It'd be
out.
good. I mean, that's when everyone comes back home, so that's when you
Yeah.
get the best meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
new? The updates.
Yeah.
Life advice. What do you do if you're 25 years old, you're living in a house, and
You
one of
got a
your friends
dog that won't
move out of
behave.
the house and you're thinking about getting a dog? Do you get that dog?
No. Well, actually, I don't know. I would get a dog and then like actually train it, or like you know put
Okay.
more time to make sure that my dog was well behaved. But
No, let the man finish.
Then you can go for
okay, yeah, I was gonna say like I really want to get a dog right now, and I'm 25, and The only reason why I don't is like I live in an apartment, so like it would have to be a little tiny dog.
Yep.
Like I don't want to go down 29 stories to let the dog pee. Like that just sounds like kind of a crappy life. So like I want to get a dog. So I can't really say like don't get a dog. And Zach has a house. Like it's a great place for a dog. So I'm not gonna say no. I just feel like you gotta train Penny, dog. Like you use treats, use advice from something. Like I don't know how to train a dog. I've never owned a dog. My parents have been allergic, but yeah.
All right, Zach, rebuttal.
I have been training the dog behind the scenes. People don't know. I actually put in work.
Okay, tell us.
She doesn't listen to me. I don't, I'll be 100% honest for the pod. I don't think she likes me very much. Because every time I tell her, no, don't do that, she does it. Why does she do that? So, but no, okay. In all honesty, she is getting a lot better. It doesn't look like it right now because she has had a rough day today. But the past 3 weeks she's like, I can see a significant improvement
Oh,
with
that's good.
like peeing
That's
outside,
awesome.
peeing outside.
Good.
And
That's a great place to start.
It's a great start. Yeah.
today's a bad example, but I swear to you, I swear this is a bad day for me to bring this up. The past like week, she's made a accident in the house, pee or poo once a day,
Wow. And what was she doing
Nice.
before then?
almost every time,
Almost every day,
Oh wow.
like multiple times a day.
multiple times a day. But it's
That's
it's not,
crazy.
it's not like I'm not letting her out. I'm letting her out like once every hour and a half.
Yeah,
She just will go outside and then come back inside and then pee.
yeah.
So then I have to throw her back outside and say
Right.
no, and then bring her back inside and then she'll poop.
Okay. So
So
I guess
she's starting to understand like outside is where you poop.
yeah, outside is poop.
Yeah.
So I guess then from speaking from experience, Zach,
Hmm.
would you get this dog again? Rewind the clock 6 months. Are you getting Panay? Or are you just gonna go next time? Are you just gonna go to a Petco, pet a couple dogs, be done with it?
You know, I met Allie a month after I got the dog.
Hmm.
Had I met Allie, the dog might not be here. Um, no, I really do care for her. It's just when she gets good, she's gonna be great.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
doodles are like super energetic.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think you would get a slightly smaller dog that's a little lazier that required less time?
Yes, this was a big mistake for the breed of the dog, but I do like her a lot.
Yeah. I mean, she's adorable. Like,
She's
don't
really
get me
cute.
wrong. She's super cute.
And
And she's a puppy, so
obviously
she'll
I
outgrow
know
it.
I didn't do the best job of training her, but I did a lot of work, and I can see it starting to pay off. It's not we're not there. We're like I think we're past the halfway mark of her like no more accidents in the house. We're working on the jumping.
Good.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you could
That's
tell.
the next best
I
thing.
don't know if you could tell. She jumped on you for a short amount of time than she did before.
I will be honest, I couldn't tell. It felt like there were a lot of jumps. I will say,
There were
Saturday when I came, there were
Mhm.
definitely not as many jumps, but
Okay.
today there were a lot of jumps.
I think there were more jumps, but in a short amount of time.
Sure, that's probably valid. Yeah, I think so.
So, Aaron, if you do end up getting a dog, don't get this one.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of love golden doodles, but I would get a mini golden doodle.
Yeah.
Our
But
name is the golden doodle. That's a good
Oh,
dog.
they got it. They just got it,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, yeah.
they're so cute.
They're
But
really
yeah, whatever dog I get, I'm just gonna go to I was about to say Salvation Army. I'm gonna go to whatever the pound is and just get the cutest puppy. Not Salvation Army. What are they called?
Humane Society.
Humane Society. Yeah. Just get like the cutest like little puppy at the Humane Society that's like pre-vaccinated and all that. Whichever
Yeah.
one gives me the puppy eyes. So
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
they
whatever dog breed it is,
say you know when you meet them.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think shout out Teddy, by the way. Matt's got a
Oh,
great little
Roscoe is a
golden doodle.
great
Yeah.
golden doodle.
Teddy and Bailey,
Yeah.
two great golden doodles.
But Teddy, I met Teddy when just a puppy, and Teddy was like very jumpy and
He
like
was.
nippy. So, if Teddy can do it, then Panay can definitely do it. So
Very
you got
cool.
time.
We have time. All right. Any final words, Aaron?
No, I kind of forgot we were like doing a podcast for about half of it and was just kind of chatting it up. But
Oh,
shout out to the listeners. Appreciate you guys. You got some fans out there.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm not leaving a comment every time now because you guys transitioned over to Spotify and can't leave comments there. Definitely listening. So yeah, shout out to the boys. Shout out to the real listeners. Um, Matthew Dadamio, not a real listener. Heard it here first. Um, yeah, I don't know. Appreciate you, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling on, Aaron. I'm glad we made it happen. Like thank you for answering the call.
yeah, yeah.
Like we heard a lot over Thanksgiving or Christmas about like, oh, just send me a text or send me a link. I'll be on. And that didn't happen with the first two people we sent links. Happened with the third person, and that person is you, Aaron. So we greatly appreciate you coming on, you making it happen, making it
Mhm.
work.
I'm hoping this
Yeah,
goes. So,
Yeah,
well,
everyone else,
so
be like Aaron.
I mean, I'm always happy to, and it's not like there's any good sporting events to watch. You
True,
know,
yeah. Number one
yeah.
in
Notre
our
Dame's
football.
getting smacked by Ohio State,
Yeah.
so
Are they really?
that's 21-7.
Okay.
It's
That's not
somewhat
great.
close, but
Yeah, man.
I'll talk smack.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's kind of crazy though, and I respect the grind. The fact that Matthew's gone to like all of these games, like
Uh-huh.
flying across the country, like
Yeah.
flying from California to Florida for like less than 48 hours to watch the
Yeah.
Orange Bowl is wild. So respect,
Yeah.
but damn.
I don't know if I'd do that for Michigan State.
No. Like flats,
I
like
don't think I would either.
Pasadena or something like
Well, I think the Rose Bowl. I'd go to the Rose Bowl.
that. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go to like if they made the college football playoff. I don't think I would go to the first game. Maybe if they got a little further, I would consider going.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, the first game would be maybe at home.
That's true, depending on the seed they're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Twist my arm. I'd go to
Yeah,
that.
it'd be pretty cool.
Well, it'll happen. It'll come. Your
Sure,
new guy,
okay.
your new guy might get you somewhere.
We're a basketball school. We're pretty good
Basketball
this year.
school, yeah. Top ten ranking this today. So that's good. It's good for you guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you hearing that.
Alrighty.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you all for listening.
thank you
Aaron,
all
thank
for
you so much for
listening.
being on. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Yeah, that's all we got.
Like and subscribe. Foot
We can
Chicken
just end it. We
on
can just,
YouTube.
yeah, youtube.com/footchiken. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And see you when you're older.